bongs, obscene birthday cakes, and an unforgettable VMA performance. Miley Cyrus may have been acting since before she was old enough to drive, but there's a reason you don't see her in movies anymore. When Miley Cyrus was young, being a pop star wasn't on her radar. She grew up surrounded by country music. Her father, Billy Ray Cyrus, released his Billboard hit Achy Breaky Heart the same year she was born, while the iconic Dolly Parton was her godmother. Even Miley's birth name, Destiny, was given by her parents in the hopes it would foreshadow her rise to stardom. Despite all this, Miley found a different path for herself at a young age. After accompanying her father to a 2001 production of Mamma Mia in Toronto, a wide-eyed Miley quickly realized she had found her calling. According to the Toronto Star, she told her dad partway through the first act, "This is what I want to do, Daddy. I want to be an actress." It wasn't long before it seemed like everybody on the planet knew who Miley Cyrus was, thanks to Hannah Montana. The show was a ratings hit for the Disney Channel, prompting Cyrus to hit the road on tour as the character, with the first season soundtrack even charting on the Billboard 200. If it seems like everything was overwhelming for Cyrus at this time, that's probably because it was, as she would later reveal. In a 2017 interview with Harper's Bazaar, Cyrus reflected on this breakthrough moment. She told the outlet, "There's so much I don't remember about being a child entertainer because it was so much to keep in my brain. I didn't realize how much pressure I was under and how that shaped me until, like, this year."
It was actually kind of crazy being Hannah Montana.
Cyrus always had her eye on what her career post-Hannah Montana would look like. In an interview with Cineplex in 2009, she expressed an interest in expanding her acting abilities, saying, "I would love to do an indie film, something a little bit darker, maybe an action movie. That's not really my thing. I don't even watch action movies, but I like to do it because it seems like a challenge." The opportunity finally came for Cyrus in the form of The Last Song, a 2010 drama based on a Nicholas Sparks novel. Although the role was written with Cyrus in mind, Sparks had reservations about the actor's ability to play a troubled girl reconnecting with her father and experiencing love for the first time. He was quick to change his mind, however, after seeing Cyrus perform on set. Although The Last Song was Cyrus's first serious role, she had plans to do more. Despite working at the time on her third album, Can't Be Tamed, she became particularly disillusioned with the many changes happening in the music industry compared to what she had grown up with in Nashville. That said, Cyrus wanted to focus on building a career as an actor. Cyrus had learned well from her Disney Channel character that it can be tricky to live between two worlds. The ending of Hannah Montana left her with two different career paths to go down, one as a successful pop star and the other as a serious actor. Despite having dreams of being an actor, Cyrus wasn't exactly sure where she would fit in the entertainment industry. Telling The Telegraph, "I'm kind of bipolar in my acting choices because I just want to do a little bit of everything." One thing she did make a firm decision on as a teenager was her choice to not attend college. Cyrus felt that she was under no pressure to finish her education while she was young, and even cited her grandmother as an example of someone who went back to college in her 60s. Even her entry in Time's 2008 list of the world's 100 most influential people, written by Donny Osmond, trod the line between admiration for the young star and fear about what her future looked like. In the piece, Osmond pointed out that eventually the child icon was going to grow up, whether her fans liked it or not. The early 2010s saw a lot of controversy surrounding Cyrus. While her risque photo shoot for Vanity Fair caused an uproar among her fans' parents, Cyrus scoffed at accusations of growing up too quickly. The scandalous behavior caught up to Cyrus, however, culminating in an explosion of media outrage after she was caught on tape smoking a bong. Cyrus expressed remorse for this portrayal of her public image, telling Marie Claire, "So for me it was a bad decision because of my fans and because of what I stand for." Cyrus still had a sense of humor about her own controversies, which extended to her first Saturday Night Live monologue, where she fake apologized for her public transgressions.
And, that may upset some people, and for that, I'm truly sorry.
Not everyone in the entertainment industry was accepting of Cyrus's adult behavior. The actor was slated to have a voice role in Hotel Transylvania before she was fired for posing with an obscene birthday cake. Fortunately, she wouldn't have to worry for too long about maintaining a good relationship with Hollywood, given how her music career was about to reach new heights. 2013 was a big year for Cyrus, as her music career went from purely successful to completely inescapable. Her song Wrecking Ball was a #1 hit. The accompanying album Bangers also went to #1 on the Billboard 200, and Cyrus was named Artist of the Year by MTV. Still, controversy continued to follow Cyrus.
So at the time when I made Wrecking Ball, I was expecting for there to be controversy and backlash.
Her infamous performance with Robin Thicke at the 2013 MTV VMAs came as a shock to many former fans of the Disney Channel star. Ultimately, the biggest difference between this Miley and her Hannah Montana counterpart was maturity. Alongside the public scandals came Cyrus speaking out about political issues like LGBTQ+ rights and racial discrimination. Sadly, acting was put on the back burner, with Cyrus telling Vogue Germany, "I'm just not passionate about acting because I don't like to pretend to be somebody I'm actually not. I prefer to show my true colors as the real Miley Cyrus." While Cyrus was becoming synonymous with public controversy, not everybody in Hollywood would turn their backs on her. She still made rare cameos in both film and TV, including The Night Before and 2.5 Men. She hadn't taken on a major film role since 2012, however, when she starred in the rom-com LOL and the crime comedy So Undercover. James Gunn was one of the few who sought out Cyrus for a cameo in a mid-credit scene for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In the scene, Cyrus played a disembodied robotic head called Mainframe. Gunn told BuzzFeed News he was interested in casting Cyrus after seeing her as a guest judge on The Voice, saying, "I find her funny and likable and sweet, so we contacted her, and she said yes. She came in and recorded, and she was a delight to work with." Miley Cyrus's music career waned in the years after Bangers, with albums like Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Pets and Younger Now receiving less critical acclaim and attention. Then in 2019, Cyrus returned to TV for her first leading role in years. As part of the 5th season of Netflix's anthology series Black Mirror, Cyrus starred in Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2, playing Ashley O, a pop singer struggling with the direction of her career as her image is recreated in the form of an AI doll.
Let's give it up for Ashley Eternal!
The producers of Black Mirror had no expectation that Cyrus would take the role. When she agreed to take it, however, Cyrus was highly influential in shaping the look of Ashley O. She even co-wrote the character's song, On a Roll. Black Mirror seemed to promise that there was more acting in the near future for Cyrus, but the opposite turned out to be true. Her 2020 album, Plastic Hearts, was seen as a career comeback, as her style evolved with 80s-tinged rock and new wave sounds. Cyrus took this new music on the road as the pandemic restrictions eased up, appearing at festivals like Lollapalooza, and even hosted a New Year's celebration on NBC in 2021 and 2022. The best was still yet to come, however. In 2023, Cyrus released her single, Flowers, which not only debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, but stayed there for a total of 8 weeks. The corresponding album, Endless Summer Vacation, was met with the most acclaim of Cyrus's career, with her most successful album yet, and even after giving up touring for this record, Cyrus opened 2024 by winning 2 Grammy Awards for Flowers. 2024 featured Cyrus's first on-screen theatrical appearance since The Night Before in 2015. Unfortunately, it was yet another cameo, but it wasn't one of the best comedy movies of the year. The film Drive Away Dolls, directed by Ethan Coen, stars Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viswanathan as 2 lesbian best friends on a road trip that gets derailed by a major political conspiracy involving customized sex toys. Cyrus appears in several sequences as a mysterious hippie, Tiffany Plasticaster. The character is based on the real-life Cynthia Plasticaster, who, like Cyrus's character, notably made plaster casts of celebrity genitalia. In the film, she's the creator of a highly sought-after plaster cast of a respected US senator, played by Matt Damon. According to Coen, Cyrus was already familiar with the history behind her character prior to signing up for the movie, telling The Wrap she's into that, both the retro hippie thing and the whole phallus molding thing. The past few years have been rife with rumors about whether or not Miley Cyrus will return to acting, especially after achieving some of the biggest accomplishments a musician can achieve. She's won Grammys, she's had a record-breaking hit song, and she even sang a duet with Beyoncé for her album Cowboy Carter. The time may be close, though Cyrus has expressed the one reservation she has about stepping back into a role at this point in her career. In an interview with W Magazine, Cyrus admitted it'd be hard to return to acting given how larger-than-life her celebrity persona has become. She told the outlet, "I would like to act again, but the role would really need to be right, since it's kind of hard for people to see past me and buy into a character. The character would either need to be an extension of myself, or someone or something with a personality that can conquer my own." Nevertheless, Cyrus's trepidations about acting again haven't stopped the rumor mill. Fans have clamored for a Hannah Montana reboot ever since the door closed on the character in 2011, and Cyrus herself has also supported the idea. We don't know if there's a future for Cyrus as an actor, but she has very little to prove at this stage of her career. That was evident this year when she was named a Disney Legend at D23, the company's biennial expo. The honor is meant to induct important figures in Disney's history and legacy into a Hall of Fame. Although Cyrus has in the past revealed that starring in Hannah Montana gave her an identity crisis, she has also been more forgiving of her past in recent years, telling Rolling Stone, "I discredited myself for what I'd been almost every step of the way. Drawing dead pets, discrediting bangers, drawing bangers, years, discrediting Hannah Montana. What makes you an adult, I think, is being okay with who you've been before. Cyrus's Disney legend speech was also an appreciation for where she's been in her career. While fighting back tears, she said, "Because in reality, I was a little girl in a blonde wig at the mall with a big dream. But in my heart, I was Hannah Montana, and I was so proud to be her."
I stand here still proud to have been Hannah Montana. She made Miley in so many ways.